What is going on, everyone? I am DeFi Sean. That is Mr. Pixel, and we are back for another exciting week of Moon or Dust trending and also getting back to some Moon or Dust with two very exciting projects coming on. One in the Primetime Edition, one in the Microcap Edition. Also, hit that like button, subscribe button, reshare button, repost button, whatever button you have to hit to share this as far and wide as possible. Go ahead and hit that button. And Mr. Pixel, been a long weekend. Haven't really talked to you much. How's it going?
There we go. Okay. Good, man. Good. It's been a good week, good weekend. Got a lot done. We soft launched the NFTs, so that was good. Nice to see some people picking those up early. Got some great news on those at the moment too.
Nice updates.
What's coming?
Nice updates, good.
Yeah, exactly. Spicing things up a little bit. So congrats to all the people that got in right now. We're about to juice it all up. So yeah, I'm excited, dude. It's been a good week. Tried to spend as much time with family this week as I possibly could. Important to do that, of course, over the Thanksgiving holiday here. So, and we got Christmas coming up, so excited for that too, and excited for this running.
Yeah.
How about yourself? You got some family time in the weekend, of course.
Good. Yeah. Went up, visited my dad. He lives about 3 hours away. Had some family come in town on my wife's side. My wife and I, got stuff for the kids, baked cookies with the kids, all that fun, good holiday stuff. And then kids got 3 weeks of school. And then, of course, we're back at it for Christmas, obviously, which is an exciting time for the kids. And obviously, we're going to go into New Year and hopefully get into some very bullish momentum within this market, because this market is getting very old, very tiring. Marketing funds are hard to come by. Altcoins are dry. Meme coins are dry. It's just, really, really ready to kind of pass some of this uncertainty and all that in the market and start having some fun again. And Moon or Dust is primed to kind of take advantage when that time hits.
Primed. Well, it sounds like you had a beautiful Americana Thanksgiving. I love it, Sean. Same here. It was really good. It was really good. Of course, anybody that is watching right now, let's do the old shtick here real quick, just so people can get involved. I'm going to add this here to the stage. All right, go to moon-or-dust.fun if you want to be highlighted in today's show. Get to voting. Install the bot. If you go to the website right up here, you can go and click trending, then click add mod trending bot. It'll prompt you to install the bot on Telegram. It'll prompt you to open Telegram. So add it to your group, your chat, and give it the admin permissions and get your community voting. At the moment, let me see. We have, let's add this to the stage real quick. Beliefless coin on top. Beautiful, right? We're going to do a nice dive.
New one on top. Yep.
Anybody that's watching from Beliefless coin right now, or if you haven't joined yet, or if someone of our own crew is in that Telegram over there, please let them know that we're going to be talking about them as the final project this evening. So we're going to try and do as much of a deep dive as we can. If we had some member of the community or the dev themselves to come up and represent and let us know all about it, that would be awesome. Same goes for Kurumi, Infinia, Biocrypt, Moon or Dust. Tassub dropped off a little bit today, but I know when those guys push it, it takes off. And of course, people need to understand as well at the moment, we're still only on version 1 of this bot. This is the alpha version. So once the V2 gets launched, we'll have the ability to send messages directly into groups, specific groups when we're talking about them, and have a link spin right in there, and we won't have to use our mod mafia to go in there and do it for us. But that is coming to eventually, and hopefully we can expedite that process here very soon, and we'll dive into that. But for right now, if you want to be on the top 5 here, we'll highlight once you're in the top 5, we highlight you. So if you want to install the bot, please do that. Also, if you are a smaller token, you're just launching, we do have paid options. You can boost, which means your votes can get a multiplier, which is one of the options. It can be a 1.5x, I think a 1.7x and a 2x, or 1.52 and 2.5, I believe, actually, Sean, isn't it? Yeah, so you can pay for those, and that gives all your votes those multipliers. And also then you can just do a tiered boost, which will bring you right into the top 5, the top 3, or straight to the number 1 spot. We highlight you, we do a deep dive live on stream. Hopefully you come on, tell us all about it. We do a clip after the fact that we release through all our channels as well, so you get that extra replayability factor. So yeah, get the bot installed ASAP and go to, there you go, moon-r-fun. There it is. All right, Sean, we're going to do some market talk, or we got something else we want to talk about before we
let's see. Let me see. Let me get my screen up. Is my screen up?
No. There it is.
There we go. But yeah, so in the Crypto Over Red Bull episode, I always try to do a Monday episode. Kind of did a little fun one, kind of talking about where I think Bitcoin is going to be in 25 years in 2050. Is it going to be the single biggest asset? Just a little fun one to talk about. So I didn't really do much market. I'm saying that to say this, that I didn't really do much market research because I decided to do a little fun episode instead of a market one. So yeah, Bitcoin I saw drop to 85. I think it got up to like 92 over the weekend. I've been meaning to look at this. Are they doing like a S&P 500 type thing?
Yeah, I'm not too sure exactly.
I'm assuming this is going to be like an index of like your top 20 cryptos. I'm assuming is what they're doing. I've been noticing this the last few days when I was looking at it.
Yeah, probably is something like that, like an aggregator kind of token, right? Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, CoinMarketCap is the index provided for CMC 20. The index token is powered by Reserve. So yeah, I'm assuming it's like an index of the top 20 cryptos. I'm assuming. So I'm assuming it would be an index of all of these right here, this and up. I'm assuming. So pretty cool. Yeah. That's again kind of an ultimate way to diversify. You know, you technically get in all of these by getting into that. Obviously, I'm just looking at this for the first time, so I'm not being paid to say this or promote this or anything. Just something I noticed, and just
if anybody else has some details on it, hit us up in the chat there and tell us what info you got regarding it. But that seems to be the case.
Here we go. Yep, that's exactly. Yep, it looks like you got Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, all of your big boys, all the way. Down to Kronos, Toncoin, which is Telegram, Shiba Inu, Sui. So yeah, you get into all the big ones just by getting into CMC 20, trading at 179. Pretty
scroll
cool.
Down. Yeah, scroll down there real quick. To the text where it says about this DTF. If you keep scrolling down.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Let's see. The CMC 20 is a liquid index token powered by Reserve that tracks the CMC 20 index. The CMC is a benchmark designed to measure the performance of the top 20 cryptocurrencies project by market capitalization as rated by CoinMarketCap. It excludes Okay, so it takes out the stable coins. That's why some are here that weren't over there. That makes sense. Tokens that are pegged to other crypto assets. So yeah, it's not going to include like RAP, BTC, and stuff like that. And the next represents the broader cryptocurrency market while providing insight into the performance of digital assets. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's the top 20. It looks like that are not stable coins or not wrapped, like, wrap BNB, wrap BTC, all that stuff. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Might have to start looking into DCAing into that kind of like I guess kind of like investments like the S&P 500 and stuff like that. Pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. CoinMarketCap getting out there and I mean, why not? You know?
I mean, I guess it was only a matter of time before we start as crypto becomes more and more mainstream, and it kind of makes sense that we're going to start seeing more stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Hopefully we have our mod CoinMarketCap listing here very soon in this run.
Yes.
I'm so excited for that.
We do have a potential roadmap to get that thing done. Like I said, we did try the organic route. They made it very clear that if we want the listing, we have to pay for it. So yeah, we'll see.
Damn you, CoinMarketCap.
Warren Liberty Financial is probably just outside of that top 20. Excuse me.
Yeah. And this is something else we were going to do, people. Whoever's watching right now, if you're watching back, we're thinking we'll do a couple of the latest headlines in the crypto market and shoot the shit for a minute while basically people get a chance to come in, get ready, get organized, because we usually find the numbers start to grow much more, after the first 20-30 minutes or so. Once you're live, I think the algorithm probably pushes it a little more too sometimes. So once it's kind of running for a minute as a live stream. So we're just going to talk about some current crypto events.
Yeah,
and this is what Sean does as a profession. He got his own podcast. This is brought to you by Crypto Over Red Bull. I got to get a banner done for Crypto Over Red Bull.
We do need a banner for Crypto Over Red Bull. I'm assuming, let's see, Bitcoin crashes 5% in Sunday slam.
We got Crypto calls for now.
Yep. Let's see, 539 million in liquidations after that endured its worst November. Yeah, so I'm assuming they had another little exit. That's what's caused this little dip that we're seeing right here.
Womp womp. Oops.
Yep. And we kind of talked about it privately, but there's just, I think, a lot of factors. It's just fear after fear. And what was it, 2022, when the whole Terra Luna Labs thing happened and people were genuinely afraid. That was probably I've been in crypto since 2017 all the way till 2025. And that was the only time where I actually had genuine fear or doubt that this whole industry that we're in may not make it. This may be it. And it had a reason, they had stable coins depegging. I mean, centralized exchanges after centralized exchange was going bankrupt. Like, it was a big time deal. But I mean, there's nothing happening right now other than, I think, just everyone freaking themselves out, from the tariffs to, potential wars and just everything like that. It's just a compounding, like you said, effect of how you put it, Mr. Pixel. Just everything's compounded on itself and just creating crazy fear in the market, even though there was no genuine black swan event that should have created this fear, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think it's, like you just mentioned, it's certainly a compounding fear, not just even in the financial industry, the crypto industry. It's just compounding from all angles. And a lot of people, just the money just isn't in the market right now. People do not have a lot of people living check to check at the moment. People just don't have that extra cash to spend. Hopefully that turns around here in the very near future. But my beautiful wife, Mrs. P, sent over, she was asking Grok something about it, and I thought this was interesting. So I said, you know what, my love, I will read this out on the show today for you. So it's a quick little thing about Grok and where he sees the market right now. So he says,
what you got, Grok?
You got Grok. Let's hear it. Yes, I think the real euphoria will come probably in 2026, and it will be ferocious when it finally arrives. This dip is not just chatter, quote unquote. It is the exact pattern we have seen in every single prior cycle. 2016 to 17, brutal mid-cycle correction in early 2017. Price chopped sideways, scared everyone. Then absolute lunatic mania in November, December 2017. 2020 to 21, May 21, China, Elon, Tether, FUD crash, minus 54% in weeks. Fear and greed hit single digits. Everyone called for sub 20 again. And then the most insane retail FOMO in history, October, November 21. Every single time the mid-cycle shakeout feels exactly like the end of the world. People capitulate, leverage gets obliterated, sentiment goes to FTX collapse levels, and that is precisely the fuel for the final parabolic leg. What is different this cycle is that we have had institutional adoption without retail euphoria. ETFs, corporates, nation states, Trump reserve talk, all of that happened while your Uber driver still thinks crypto is a scam or already missed it. That is insanely bullish. The maniac phase happens when the last normie finally believes this time it really is different and apes in at 5-10x leverage. We're nowhere near that yet. Right now, we have the lowest fear and greed since the actual bear market bottoms. 2 billion plus liquidated in 24 hours, and people on X openly calling for 40 to 50K again. That is the textbook setup for the blow off top that Matt and others are waiting for. So no, it's not cope or chatter. It's the same movie we've watched 3 times before, just with bigger actors, BlackRock, MicroStrategy governments this time. The final retail euphoria phase is still ahead, and when it hits, it will make 2021 look quaint.
Yeah.
There it is. That's what Grok has to say about it.
Overall, I agree with that. Since Bitcoin's dropped below 100, I've been buying pretty much all the stuff that I've went over, Bitcoin, Ethereum, not at the levels I normally buy at because the market and funds and crypto on calls isn't doing the normal numbers that I do with my company because of the low liquidity and the fear in the market. But I keep reserves. Again, I wanted to get to it today, but I couldn't make it. But I'm actually going to do a video. Again, I said this last week about how I kind of break everything down and how I strategically, not emotionally, go about doing investing and all that stuff. But like, again, this is just, it's different. Like everyone said this time, we have all these big time things happening in the background that previous cycles did not. We have, again, mass adoption is no doubt coming. We have the government getting behind it. There's going to be a Bitcoin structure bill that's going to lay out Bitcoin, Ethereum, DeFi, altcoins. It's going to lay out everything on how we operate, who governs it, all that stuff. That's going to be a big time deal when all that passes. And it's all heading that direction. Again, something that we didn't have in previous cycles. 2021 obviously was, I'm not going to say an anomaly because I can't 100% disagree with Gronk that we won't see something crazier. Of course, everyone was getting those COVID checks and all that stuff. So there was definitely extra money to be spent. This time they may not have that, even though, of course, Trump has talked about those 2,000 tariff checks and stuff. So I don't 100% know if it'll make 2021 look not good or less good, I guess you can say. But I do think 2026 nonetheless is going to be huge regardless. I think we'll hopefully get all this tariff talk wrapped up, end of different political stuff, different wars and stuff. And I do think that I agree with it that like previous cycles, which again, I don't know if we necessarily are going to go with cycles that we're used to. I think the cycles as we know them are definitely over, but this is what typically happens before the next leg up. It's mass exodus, stuff's liquidated, people start panicking, all that fun stuff. And I do think, again, this is by no means the start of a bear market. I don't think Bitcoin is going down to 40,000. And another thing too, that is different than previous cycles is when there was a bear market or when there was tons of fear, Bitcoin actually dipped. It would dip to like 17,000, 5,000. It would be crazy. Like Bitcoin would follow it. Like we get into these crazy fear-driven cycles or whatever you want to call it, and Bitcoin is still at $85,000. Like think about that. Bitcoin is $85,000, and people are still panicking. So it's just Bitcoin doesn't necessarily follow it all the way down like it used to. Like when the Terra Luna thing happened in 2022, Bitcoin just took an absolute dump like everything else. So again, things are just different now. I think that we're well on our way to mass adoption. I think 2026 is going to be huge. I think that everyone does think it's the end. And even me, I have a business in this area and it's completely dry right now. So part of me is like, man, like, am I ever going to get the business that I used to have? It's just natural. It's natural to have that feeling. But I do think that it's going to come back with vengeance once it actually starts to kind of kick off.
Yeah, I agree. I think the same. We've been through these cycles many, before. And again, this is not going to be a cycle like we've seen before because you can't have this level of, adoption and things like that being pushed at this scale. And as far as governments and whole, I mean, that's pretty much it, really. When governments start taking it on, big business start taking it on, there's no way you're going back to the way it was. Cycle is never going to be the same as it was again. You know what I mean? And like you said, Sean, the fact that it's 85K now, what was it at the start of last year? What was it a year ago?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah. Anytime anything has happened like this, Bitcoin has drastically dropped. I mean, we were sitting in a bear market, so quote unquote, and Bitcoin's at like $100,000. Like when does that ever happen? So it's just wild. China banned crypto again for anyone that was wondering. So
China reaffirms crypto ban after noticing speculation has resurfaced. The People's Bank of China reasserted the country's crypto ban, claiming trading had reemerged and vowed to crack down on stable coins. Oh, God, China, lighten up.
When this happened, it didn't even move. It used to be when China would make their 30th announcement of a crypto ban, the market would just like completely go crazy and just drop like crazy. But I think people are over it. I think people no longer care what China's stance on crypto is.
Yeah, they're gonna do the commie thing. So whatever that is. But yeah. Well, that sucks for the Chinese.
Yeah, but like they said, the people there, they'll get around it. They do different things.
Yeah, they do. Anyone from China, enlighten us. Tell us what's really going on over there, huh? What's really going on? What's this crypto ban really all about? Give us some deets. Give us the inside scoop, anyone. Manny will have to ask you later. Manny, get us all the deets on the Chinese crypto ban. We'll give some more insight tomorrow if Manny drops me some good juicy stuff. All right, well.
But yeah, let's
monitor it. Let's do you want to bring up some projects?
Yeah, so we are going to start with number 5. So we might as well hop right into none other than, make sure it didn't change, Moon or Dust.
I believe.
So
let me confirm that. I just want to make sure that it did not change since I last spoke. Yeah, no, we're good. We're still live because this is a screenshot, everybody. So I have to take it. So I want to just make sure. But yeah, go ahead, John.
Yeah, Moon or Dust. Looks like the chart took a little hit over the weekend. A lot of charts took a hit over the weekend. You know, it was Black Friday. People were looking for money. So yeah, some of the charts took some hits almost everywhere. People, getting those Black Friday deals, I'm assuming, and different things like that.
It's Christmas time too, so I'm sure people are, taking out a little bit here and there where they can get it to kind of bolster the financial situation of everybody right now. So,
overall, Moon or Dust is getting there. Again, we've already went over this. You want to get on the trending bot. You want to get talked about live on YouTube, live on X. We're one of the only trending bots doing it. Get that trending bot downloaded. Get your votes up. You can organically vote. You can buy your votes, and then you'll get talked about on this show. But yeah, Mr. Pixel, while we're talking about it, we have sold 21 NFTs without even really trying. I haven't made any tweets. I haven't shared outside of this right here. But we're going to, I guess you can say, offer some more incentives for those NFTs if you wanna bring it up and kind of go over that real quick while we're on the whole Moon or Dust thing.
Yes, absolutely. Let's do it. So if you go again to moon-or-dust.fun right now, you can pick up one of the NFTs that we're going to be dropping. Here it is. There's only going to be 250 of them ever. We just soft launched it on Friday. We just did a light announcement, said that they were going to be live, and we did manage to sell 21 right now. Let me do a quick refresh, make sure that 21 so far have been sold. And you can go to Mint. As you can see, I'll pop that up here too. It's mint.moon-or-dust.fun. You go right there. You can pick them up. You can mint 5, you can mint 10. There's no limit, but you can mint up to that amount. We have limited to 2 NFTs per transaction for safety reasons, so no spamming and all that stuff can happen, and to protect everybody. So if you do mint, let's say 6, you'll have to sign 3 transactions for that. So just so you're aware, that's how it does work. And you can mint away. Now these milestones, as you can see right here, they're going to be upgraded very soon, and I'm about to dive into that right now. So
yeah, and real quick, let me say this, is that we kind of talked, and we Moon or Dust, all this, it's ours. We don't owe anyone anything. The token is its completely own entity. There was no pre-sale or anything like that with the token. There was no fundraised. We basically built it out of pocket thus far. And when it comes to partners, we want it to be the community as partners. That's why we introduced the NFTs. With that being said, especially if we sell all 250, we needed to up, I guess you can say, the rewards or the benefits or the equity that the NFT holders are going to get. So that's kind of where Mr. Pixel is about to go on exactly what it's going to look like.
Yep. So you can go and pick them up right now on a piece of Web3 history, the Christmas 2025, baby. All right, only 250 available forever for the Moon or Dust game show itself. So you get a direct stake in the game show. This would consist of, once the revenue generation has begun, monthly SOL airdrops, automatic distribution straight to your wallet, 5% rev share from sponsorships, wheel sponsors, ads, and trending bot boosts. So the actual wheel sponsors and all that kind of stuff can be seen here, which we're in talks with other advertising agencies as well. So once this altcoin season kicks off, we're expecting this. Of course, this is what Sean does for a living. He does these kinds of videos as a KOL style. So that's what we would be offering through this. And these kinds of sponsorships, main show sponsors, round sponsors for different wheel spins, total takeover options in there. Of course, you can do that from the website too. If you want to go and check those options out up here, when you go to more, advertise with us, you can have a look over that deck and get in a DM with Sean if that's something that interests you or your community. But getting back to the NFTs, 5% rev share, but that is what the rev share gets generated from those things. And of course, the trending bot boosts that we talked about a little earlier, and the multipliers and things like that, any revenue that gets generated comes in on that end. Then obviously transparent multisig, all mint funds secured through verified on-chain structure, limited forever, only 250 NFTs will be available. Okay, unlimited mints are allowed per wallet, all in NFTs. There's no rarities or anything like that. It's just straight utility focus. 250 total supply. They're going for 1 Solana each, fixed price, on Solana chain from December 1st right up to the December 20th. That's it. That's the cutoff. Once we hit that 20th deadline, once we knock in to the 21st, they'll be closed forever, and that's the last time you'll be able to pick one up, only potentially on secondary after the fact. And this is now the juicy part that we are unveiling today. So kudos to all the people that got in nice and early. You are true legends, and we love you. And now we are going to increase the stakes a bit. So once we get to 100 sold, we will do the 5 Solana live buy and burn of the mod token itself, but we will also be increasing the revenue share to 10%. And of course, obviously, the buy and burn will be streamed live on our show here, one of the trending shows. Once we hit the 200 NFTs sold, we will be doing the Moon or Dust Christmas special unlock, which will be a $3,000 top wallet for that game, and the remaining whatever is not one will also go to a Moon or Dust token buy and burn. And we will also be increasing the revenue share to 15%, and the trending bot version 2 development will begin. So like I said, what I talked about a little earlier, the bot itself, the development of that in order to be able to like tap right into the communities and send them messages and a few more upgrades and things like that, just getting that to the next version, the next level, that will begin. So expedite that process. And again, one holder chosen via wheel for this. This is for the Christmas special details here. One holder will be chosen by the wheel. So every NFT you buy, that will give you a slot on the wheel, which we will spin. And, you know, you buy 6 NFTs, you got 6 slots. You can come up here and represent a project. You can represent yourself, win up to maybe $3,000 in Solana direct into your wallet for Christmas. That'd be nice. Or into your, you know, you can also buy these NFTs for your treasury, right? For any project can team up, get us all together and buy an NFT for your treasury if you want. That would be awesome. And again, it's going to generate revenue the more we sell. So it's a nice little investment for any individual or project, you know. So it would be a full, like I said, a full 26 wallet game, which Sean here, the host with the most, would be doing. And that would be a lot of fun, a Christmas special. And then finally we get to 250 sold, a complete sellout. We're going to have the $5,000 coin market cap listing for the Moon or Dust token itself. We're going to increase the rev share to 20%, and the Moon or Dust game show itself version 2 development begins on that too. So obviously you see the game show itself, but that's still beta game show. We want all that upgraded. We want it running a lot smoother, you know, get our AI whales even cooler, maybe add in some more, you know, just add some more features, things like that, get it looking nice and slick. So that they are the updates regarding the increases in the milestones, which is super bullish. I thought it was awesome to do that. That says 5% now, but once we hit the next one, that's going to be 10, then 15. Once we hit the first milestone, it'll be 10. Once we hit the second, it'll increase 15. Once we hit the third, it'll increase to 20. It's full sellout. So revenue comes from official show monetization, sponsorships, wheel spin, sponsors, show ads, trending bot boosts, airdrop sent automatically. Just kind of rehashing over it here. And here is Sean in a Christmas hat just to round it all out. You get to share in the real success of the game show itself. You know, holders literally earn from the game show's growth, which is correct. As we grow, the holders grow. So, you know, you pick up a couple of those bad boys, or you got some in your community treasury, we start doing well here. Like those NFTs will generate, it's only 250 of them. So they'll do pretty well too. And the game show will obviously grow. This investment isn't just, a revenue generator. There's some other alpha too that we're going to be adding. Probably a private alpha group like Sean was talking about that'll have certain perks involved, as well as all the other things we've mentioned. Of course, the exclusive Christmas game, and then that's it. After the 20th, that's it. They will be over, never to be, minted again. And that'll be it for the Moon or Dust game show NFTs. Sean, you excited? How about those upgrades, huh?
Yeah, I'm excited. I've kind of went over it too this weekend. We've been kind of modest. We're only putting a $700,000 valuation on this game show. And this is just on Moon or Dust. Again, we're planning on building this out to not just a single Moon or Dust show, but a complete Moon or Dust and media empire. The NFT holders, their equity holders, if it ever sells or anything like that, if ever a big entity would want to come in and buy it or, anything like that, it would get split with the equity holders, which would be the NFTs. And remember, separate from the token lives in its own world. This is actually the NFTs getting equity with inside Moon or Dust Media. It's something I'm excited about. We definitely needed to amp up those numbers. Like I said, 5% isn't quite fair enough. So as we go up and we scale now, if there's only ever 21 NFTs sold, then 5% of those 21 NFTs is a huge deal. But as we hit each milestone, obviously 5% to 250 NFTs is not a great deal. So we really needed to really amp that number up.
Of course, and this is our strategy all along, right? We were like, all right, let's see who the real OGs are, and they picked them up. But it's good. I like it. Yeah, go ahead, John.
Yeah, I'm really liking where Moon or Dust is sitting right now. It's being set up well. Like I said, the market's dry. I've gotten so many. So I was kind of away a lot this weekend, so I came back to even more messages than I typically have. And it was a lot of people I haven't even talked to in a while, other KOLs, other people like that, just looking for business. Just everything is so dry right now. Probably the least amount of funds I've ever seen flowing through marketing and through all different avenues within the space. Probably even less than like I said, the Terra Luna crash, which just blows my mind. But it probably is. And but I'm saying all that again to say this, that I have no doubt that when it rebounds, Moon or Dust is going to be huge. HGA, Tyler Hill's Fluence company, I have a really, really good working relationship with them. I get a lot of my YouTube promotions through them. I've gotten probably more through them than I've actually gotten on my own, just because it's just easier to go through a company like that. But with that being said, they're going to be really involved with selling ad spots and different things on Moon or Dust. So I haven't really said that publicly, and I have another meeting with another big company that I'm very familiar with, that I've worked with tomorrow, that everyone would know the name of that company as well. So we're setting the stage to get this thing going. I have no doubt, just like I've done well the past 3 years with Crypto and Cause, I have no doubt that Moon or Dust is going to slide right in. We're utilizing my channel, which is already a successful channel. The Moon or Dust channel is becoming big, and again, in its own right. So we'll be throwing that channel in there as a KOL as well, because essentially we're selling ad spots, we're selling different things. So essentially Moon or Dust Media is acting as a KOL. I don't know how else to say it, because there is nothing like this. So NBC isn't a KOL, but they sell ad spots because they have such good viewership and good audiences. That's essentially what we are, but there's no really word to use in crypto like that. So that's why I don't know what else to call Moon or Dust other than like a KOL, I guess would be the crypto term. So that's how it's kind of being set up. And of course, everyone watching, we have a huge audience. We have an awesome audience. Every time someone pops in on the Moon or Dust trending or anything, our people hop on over there. They start asking questions. They get involved. It's one of the few very good organic audiences that you'll come across, and our audience is awesome.
Couldn't agree more. And they're all legit, like, people that want to make this space like more inviting for just regular people to come in, make it not so much like the goddamn Wild West. We're trying to get the mass adoption that we all want. A lot more doxing going on these days. We discussed it a little earlier too. So it's coming. Mass adoption is coming. So a lot of people that want to usher that along, and bring it along with us. But yeah, so to close that out, guys, Moon or Dust NFTs are available right now by going to mint.moon-or-dust.fun and pick up some of those bad boys. Like I said, for individual for Christmas, for your project treasury, and again, the milestones are all here. And where you can see this on the website too, guys, and we're going to be changing, we're going to be adding this button actually to the main mint page. There'll be a details button here. But for right now, you can go over here to more, and then you go to mod NFTs and click that. And this document that I'm showing you right here is what you'll see. And you'll be able to look at this, and you can go and you can check out these milestones for yourself. Like we said, we just added these extra milestones on today because you guys are so awesome, of course. At the 100 sold out, it's going to increase from 5% to 10% rev share. At 200 sold out, it increases to 15. At 250, a full sellout. Of course, we got the CoinMarketCap listing, but we also increased to 20% rev share on that. So that's pretty beast. Again, at the midway 200 sellout, we will also begin the version 2 development of the trending bot itself. And then the game show development begins version 2 of that once we sell out the overall NFTs. So yeah, get on over there and pick up some of those bad boys if you want. And that would be awesome. It's going to help us a lot over the Christmas here. Getting that Christmas show out there would be awesome as well. And, you know, getting this development going, getting us to the next phase here. So excited.
I have a perfect Christmas blazer for that episode. So let's get to that episode. It's a little like, I went to an ugly sweater thing a few years back. So I bought like a little jacket. It's just a stupid little Christmas jacket. So got my jacket picked out, ready to go. Let's get to that episode. But I guess enough about Moon or Dust. Let's hop into some Biocrypt. I think they have their announcement date for their launch. So excited to see that. I know a lot of people watching are involved with Biocrypt. So
awesome.
Let's, I guess, continue on.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it. Let's bring up Biocrypt. Here it is.
All right. So like everyone I know watching, don't know if we have any new viewers or not. They're backed by Microsoft and Google, audited and approved by CFG Ninja. I've done a full token review on them. They actually have a full centralized, decentralized hybrid trading platform. Go check out my video. I do live trades. It's super smooth. Seconds to get in, seconds to get out. We have some other YouTube videos you can check out, but definitely check out that one. Featured in all of your biggest articles. The lowest fees, lower than Axiom, lower than all of them. Coming on down, you're going to see that they, again, partnered with Microsoft. They're also doing 50% profit sharing, so 50% of the revenue generated within their decentralized/centralized hybrid platform is going to be going back to the token. So let's go back on over. Obviously, they're not launched, so there's no chart to look at. Huge following, 36,000 followers, which, again, I guess you get a grant from Microsoft and get shouted out by Microsoft. You're gonna grow some socials pretty quick. So let's see if we have it right here. So the launch you've been waiting for is here. Here's where Biocrypt stands today before the official launch. Volume growing consistently, community expanded rapidly. I know they got on with Mario in the fall. Stop loss system tested and performing flawlessly. So we're going to have some good stop losses coming over to their system. Early revenue simulation showing strong results. And I believe they've been banking that revenue to put towards the token when they do go live, if I'm not mistaken. Also, I want to say their launch date is down here. So a patent pro trading platform with live on-chain protection. Solana has never had anything with advanced. Nothing this advanced, never even come close. Let's see. It looks like they're going to have a trading competition going on, trade on platform. Climb the leaderboard and show what you can. So I believe the more you use their platform, there's going to be a leaderboard and you'll get rewarded, you know, very similar to a lot of your trading platforms. But it looks like everything is building towards December 3rd, which is about 48 hours from now. So prepare for the official launch. Momentum is rising and community is ready. So we're going to go ahead and mark our calendar. So on Wednesday's episode, after primetime edition of Moon or Dust, they should theoretically be live. I'm not sure what time they're going live. So yeah, hopefully they'll be live. We'll be able to check out the chart, check out the sentiment, and see exactly what's going on with Biocrypt. So yeah, I don't want to spend an abundance amount of time on Biocrypt. We've talked about them over and over. So yeah, we just wanted to give some good updates since we had them.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we did have them on the Moon or Dust primetime edition too. Hamden came on and he competed and he walked away with $750, right? $750 for it. Yeah, so he was putting that right to some more Biocrypt marketing. Really good dude. So that was a great episode. I think that was the last prime time that we did. You can go and check that, of course, on the YouTube channel if you want, and it's also live there on the website. All the up-to-date episodes are there, and we got some clips live on our X account too that you can go and check out if you just want to see that. But yeah, of course, Biocrypt, yeah, they're looking beast. The Microsoft backing and all that stuff. And of course, if you're revolutionizing trading, that's where people are all at, these microtransactions, whatever the transactions are. You can cut those way down. You can cut the time of them way down. That's the game. That's the arms race when it comes to crypto and trading. So, you know, kudos to them. I'm excited for that token launch.
Yeah, can't wait. Like I said, we should be covering in about 48 hours, assuming they stay on the leaderboard. But yeah, I think we have, if I'm not mistaken, we have our buddy Infinia next.
There it is. Infinia. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, hold on. Let me pull this down. Edge it back up. All right.
Yeah, so Infinia, I mean, most people watching this knows it's the patriarch of the whole ecosystem that we built. It built Lunar Pump, which is right here, which we're working on, huge right now. There's a lot coming up. I know Mike's got at least 1 or 2 people launching on it. I'm working with Richard, one of the community members. He's doing something really, really cool in the real world to bring people over to this platform. So we're definitely really working hard to get this thing coming up. We need it loading faster. We need to make sure the chat's working really well. Just kind of getting it up to par because, again, I know a lot of attention's coming. Don't want to go too crazy on Infinia. Last episode, on Friday's episode, we broke everything down, how the revenue is going to be snowballing from the blockchain to the DEX to Lunar Pump to Lunar Dust and how exactly everything's going to work. So go check out Friday's episode. We broke it all down. Infinia, I don't know why this DEX arena is being weird, but yeah, we're trading, let's see, 175K market cap. Of course, very stable, like Lunar Dust. Pretty much everyone here is here to stay. Everyone's just kind of hanging out, waiting for us to develop, which obviously we appreciate. We got one of the best floors with almost anything we do, like this chart, like Lunar Dust. Everyone's here. They're backing us because, you know, everything we do, we work together as a team, not as developers and community. You know, we're not just looking to hurry up and dump and move on to the next. Infinia, I've been going live for probably over 2 years now, every single week, to the point now we're going live 5 days a week. So it's not something I'm leaving. It's something that I backed with my own money. I didn't just launch it or anything. My money is in this to the tune of a lot, tens of thousands, definitely top 3 people that got in this thing. So I put my money where my mouth is. And instead of taking the easy road and just building crypto on calls, I wanted to do something cooler, which launched Infinia, which launched Lunar Pump, which launched Lunar Dust. So yeah, this is going to be a success. I mean, again, we're not going anywhere. This is something that we're going to continue to push and push and push until our whole ecosystem is a household name.
Yeah, you know, and as you said, you gotta roll with the market here. You know, L2s on ETH are not, you know, there's not a market for that too much right now, but it's still there. And you know, it is a long-term play. That was never up for debate. That was always the situation, and we are going to continue grinding on and make this whole ecosystem an enormous success as we keep rolling out here. So yeah.
What do we have next? Kurumi, I think. Is that how we're saying it these days?
No, I fucked that up. I got that wrong. It's Kurumi or something, I think.
Kurumi. All right. All right, Mr. Pixel, this is yours. You handle Kurumi talk.
Kurumi, my guys, my boy Manny. Are we ever going to get someone up here to talk to us? I hope one of these days. We can use Google Translate, whatever. If you want us to use Google Translate, we can get it live and see what kind of a shit show that would turn out to be. But it'd be fun. But, sitting at 1.9 right now. All right, looking good. They're holding it pretty solid there, I have to say.
Solid. Like ours, their community is holding the floor. We first started talking about 1.8, went up to 2.3. Just like the rest of the market, they did kind of dip a little bit. Again, everyone's been kind of dipping with the holidays. You know, people got Christmas presents to buy, all that fun stuff for the kids. So expected. So yeah, overall, chart's holding up good.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like you know what that chart needs. You know what that community needs. They need a Lunar Dust in their NFT in their treasury this Christmas.
They do. Everyone needs a Lunar Dust in the
Yes.
treasury.
Yeah, you do. It's just what an amazing gift, right? We're breaking ground in Web3. You got a Moon or Dust NFT in the treasury. I mean, it rhymes. So, you know what I got to say. But yeah, so let's jump to the website real quick, Sean, and have a look. Stop having Christmas. Oh my God, Scrooge is in. Shit. Mike, stop having Christmas, stop having kids. You heard the man. I think that's already happening, Mike, in case you haven't noticed. They're trying to wipe that shit out these days. But people like you had your way. But no, I'm kidding.
Yep.
But hey, you did hear the man. All right, everybody, stop having Christmas and kids. Oh, it's funny shit. What's up, Mike? Hey, Mike, you got to come on the show one of these days. Where you been hiding out, bro? People want to hear from the man himself. We just talked about Infinia, and we got to get you up here. Give us some deets. You know that'd be pretty awesome. Let's do a dive with Mike, the man himself. That'd be great. All right, Mike, we need your answer soon. Anyway, Kurumi. All right, so this again, let's have a quick look over it. Is part of we discovered it's not a lineage, but it's the same type of dog, and they're modeling it basically on these hugely successful dog meme coin tokens such as Doge, Shiba Inu, Nero. I think a lot of the community were involved in Nero, and probably Kokoro as well, probably involved in something like this. It comes from the same people that had those dogs, that those different dogs. So it's the family of the dogs, like the owners of the dogs, is what is staying in tandem here. So I guess Kurumi is the latest addition to their family. And again, just to specify, I did say lineage of the same dog. It's not. It's the family of owners basically that get these new dogs. But this is the latest one, and you can see these did like really well. Floor is holding really well right now. It's very promising. And usually when I've seen like Nero and Kokoro, I've seen them doing the circuit, getting out there, going on the shows. The Kitten Waltz and all the other like spaces and stuff like that. I've seen them out there when these tokens were live and pumping. So it's certainly a community that works hard. These guys are a Japanese outfit, it seems. So that's why we're having issues getting somebody up here, in case you're watching for the first time, you're not familiar with this. But they're grinding hard, but we are trying to get either an English speaker or, like I said, hey, come on up, we can use Google Translate. That might be fun. But yeah, so they're basically following in the footsteps of these previously very successful tokens. And I'm sure, like I said, a lot of the community that were involved in these are involved in this too. They see the success, they see the potential, and they seem to have a really good Japanese strong community behind it, I think, and a lot of Europeans as well. Can you scroll down a little bit there as well, Sean, if you don't mind? So here they are. Yeah, this is the family we're talking about. Atsuko Sato is a Japanese kindergarten teacher and blogger from Sakura, Chiba, best known as the owner of Kabosu, the Shiba Inu, whose 2010 photo became the Doge meme and the face of Dogecoin. Kabosu passed away on May 24, 2024, RIP, a moment Sato shared with fans on her blog. After Kabosu's death, Sato adopted another rescue Shiba Inu named Nero. Nero quickly attracted attention of her own, even inspiring Nero meme kind projects. Today, Sato continues to document her life with her dogs online, preserving the gentle, community-minded spirit that made Doge a global icon. And that is what these guys are doing. Scroll up a little bit there, Sean. Let's have a look at. I just want to see the dog that they have on this token. See what it looks like. Okay, he's one of those little white guys. Beautiful dogs, huh?
Yeah, they are.
And there's a charity element to this too. What's that charity? Can you click charity up in the menu up top there, Sean, so we can have a quick look exactly how that functions? Okay, Global Foster Program coming soon. We are coordinating a global animal rescue and foster support initiative with trusted shelters and local communities across multiple regions. Phase 1 focuses on mapping partners, setting up transparent funding routes, and building a simple volunteer onboarding flow. Details are being arranged. Regional hubs and applications will open soon. Thank you for your patience and support. Okay, cool. I'd be interested to see how that would all work. That sounds awesome. You got to love them doggos. There's something wrong with you if you don't love dogs. I understand if you don't want to have a dog yourself for certain reasons, but you can't hate dogs. You
can hate cats, but you can't hate
dogs. I'm starting to get my affinity for cats back again now, but
I just trying to piss off any cat lovers out there that are watching.
Oh my God, we're about to be inundated.
Creating create that engagement on the comment section.
Yeah, what we got on the tokenomics here, Sean. Let's have a quick look at the tokenomics if you can, if we
Let's
have it or we
see.
have anything in regards to that. Just people have a good idea. We did show the chart. We go back to the chart.
Do they have the tokenomics?
I'm not
on
sure
the
if they have anything. There's a calculator. They have a calculator. Maybe it's in there.
The calculator I
Right
think
there, huh?
just gives you like, if you have this at this market cap, you have this.
Okay, have a look at the chart and check the wallets, and let's see where that's all at, and then. But again, they've been on here for I mean, pretty much since we launched the bot. They've been on here within the first week they were on. So shout out to you guys. And I know, like I said, Manny, you give us some updates. All the stuff that we want to know, Manny, we definitely need to know about let's say the tokenomics. If they have any kind of a breakdown on that, would be great for us to highlight. Of course, always better if we can get one of them on in person, or somebody that can speak English, or again we could do Google Translate or try it out. But it would be great to do that.
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah, I mean, I remember looking at the wallets now. Obviously, a very good spread out distribution. You got Pancake right here, and then a 2.61 is your highest holder after that. So very solid. We have a 332,000 LP pool, so nice. Yeah, I mean, overall, this one looks good. Let's check out make sure there's no updates on Twitter, any major updates. No,
okay, what they got here? What's this? Chapter 2, episode 2. I'm curious. They got some little content thing going out here. What is this? The life found in the ruins. Okay, so they're doing like a little story accompanied with a little AI graphic or something like that. Cool. I like it. A little bit of fun content to put out. I bet you've got some really good like moral messaging. I know Japanese people are very, they have really good sayings and things like that. So I bet you it's got some good Japanese moral messaging in there. Got to check it out. Go check it out. What's the handle? At KURUMICTO on X. So anybody go check that out. And again, it's on BNB, by the way, anybody that's watching, based out of Japan. It's kurumibnb.com is the website address too for anybody that wants to check that out.
Yeah, awesome.
And as Mike the man himself said, start having dogs, everybody. Start having dogs. Start by picking up a bag of this if you like. Always, of course, do your own research, everybody. Again, this is nowhere near any financial advice you should be taking. We're just highlighting these projects as they come on the bot. Anybody can get on this bot. If you go in there, it's possible to like install the bot and have loads of people come in, hired people to like pump up the votes. So we're always going to give our honest assessment. This is what we always have to work with. It's going to be websites. It's going to be telegrams. What have they got in the telegram right now, Sean? How many members are they holding over there?
Let's see.
It's going to be looking at charts. It's going to be looking at wallets, simple things. So if we see that these simple things aren't up, it doesn't do good things for your project or credibility, but we will highlight it. So it's always going to be our own opinions, whether we think it's a great project or we think it's a shit project. Always do your own research. All right, they got 831 subs over there. Very nice, very very solid growth and everything like that. I like it. I like the token. I like the doggo. I like the vibes. Seems very kumbaya, very cool, sleek. I like the trajectory they're going. Obviously, because sometimes dogs can just be in at any moment. And you never know when it's going to happen. So. Yeah, not a bad idea to maybe even pick up a small bag over there if you're so inclined after you do some more deep diving yourself. All right, well, shout out to Kurumi people. Again, Manny, if you could translate this message over to them, we would love to get somebody on one of these days to talk. We've highlighted them a few times now. It'd be great to have a dev on and dive a little deeper. And anybody that is watching, if you do want to be highlighted on this show, we do it 5 days a week, noon PST, 3 Eastern, every day, Monday to Friday. And you can be highlighted as well, just like we're doing of all these projects today. We've worked from number 5 all the way to number 2 right now. And if you want to do that, all you got to do is head on over to the moon-r-dust website right there and install the trending bot. You just go up here to trending, add mod trending bot. It'll pop it open and prompt you to go to your Telegram. We won't do that right now, and then all you got to do is install it into the chat that you want it installed into, and then you can give it the permissions that it needs and get your community voting right away. And you get on up there into the top 5. We will highlight you. You get the number 1 spot. Have some representative come on the show if you want. And of course, we let it open. Anybody from any of the top 5 can come on and talk. But if you're on the number 1 spot, we're happy to do a deep dive, make it into a clip, drop it after the fact, and you get that good replayability factor after. So that's what we're offering. And of course, there are paid options as well to do that as part of the revenue stream that we have built into the bot for the show to keep doing what we need to keep doing here and providing this platform for all these projects. Because, hey, we know marketing in crypto is expensive, and it doesn't always move with the market either. Like, a lot of the time, prices for marketing crypto don't really change when the market takes a shit for the most part. So it gets expensive. And when you're a small up-and-coming project, funds are tight. This is a real awesome way to take advantage of the platform that we're building here and the audience that we're bringing in through the Moon or Dust game show itself as well. So, it's a really inexpensive way to get this coverage. And again, we're not just, strictly on like Telegram or anything like that. We're live across multiple channels on YouTube, multiple channels on X, and we're on Twitch as well. So you're getting that, and we're building those audiences every week, and we're pushing the bot out there. So install it, get voting. We got rid of the spamminess that we had initially, so the bot is working nice and sweet. We're looking to get version 2 up and running here through this NFT collection that we're launching. But get the bot in, and you can be highlighted on the leaderboard here. Again, we go live every Monday to Friday, noon PST, 3 Eastern. So install it in your Telegram group, get voting. And again, like I said, there are paid options. See that boost your token down at the bottom? If you're just starting out, and these are really good offers too, really good prices. You can get multipliers on your votes. So you can have a 1.5x, you can have a 2x or a 2.5x on your votes for like an hour, and that will boost you up. So if you're all coordinated in the community, like, all right, let's get a boost, everybody start voting for this hour, and then boom, we hit the top spot, we get the highlight, we get the clip, we get to go live on the show and tell everybody about our token. We've had great results so far. Talk to anybody that we've highlighted and brought up. There certainly is an effect happening, because it's good, because we're growing a very organic audience. So they're legitimately investors, and they've been OGs with us too for a long time, for many years. So it's a great audience, and it's growing all the time. And then of course you can also, there's another option where you can buy right into the top 5, into the top 3, or straight to number 1 as well. So those options are in there, or else you can just get straight voting and get the totally free option, which just means you got a super bullish community and you can hit that top spot. It's easy now. 98 is the top number of votes right now. So you got a bullish community over there. I'm sure you could top that for tomorrow and get on in here. So head on over to the website and get the bot in and get voting. And we are about to touch on the final project here in a moment. And if we could get anybody from Beliefless Coin, if somebody would maybe drop a message over to them, if anybody's watching, anybody from the Moon or Dust chat, maybe drop a message until we get onto our version 2 of the bot here, where we're going to be able to do that in real time through the bot eventually. But yeah, let them know. It'd be great to have somebody on. Sean, Beliefless Coin, I have not seen this one yet.
Yeah, this is a new one. So always exciting whenever we get to touch on some new ones. Hold on 1 second.
All right. The website is thebelieflesscoin.com.
That it is. Let's see. Let's go over and see. Let's see. You can have your contract address right here. Of course, you can copy. You can buy a Jupiter Iridium, 86,000, liquidity 27, which we'll touch on the chart. Welcome to Beliefless, zero purpose, 100 Beliefless, the world's most honest cryptocurrency. You can learn nothing at the white paper right here. So if you want to learn nothing, you can hop on over, check out that white paper. So it kind of goes over everything, especially a lot for nothing. Let's see. Roadmap to nowhere.
All right, let's see the roadmap. I like the website anyway so far. I do. It's fun. It's very tongue-in-cheek.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
The sarcasm built into the website from the jump. I like it.
Yeah.
There's one: identity, brand, visuals locked, colors, tone, website launch, OpenX and Twitter, contract. That's all we're done there. Momentum, daily meme drops, community raids, influencer, tastemaker, posts and spaces, Jupiter Radium, buy links everywhere, First leaderboard and giveaways for top players. All right, okay, so there must be some kind of a game here or something. Players. All right, let's see. Community holder perks plus competitions, merch pilots and sticker packs, arcade updates, new skins and scoreboards, listing orders. Okay, so they must have some kind of a games arcade maybe or something. Expansion partnership, memes and cross-community events, in real-life activations, and content collabs, additional utilities only if on brand, no empty promises. Scale up what the community loves. All right. The cryptocurrency that proudly does absolutely nothing. You're early, but it doesn't matter. Beliefless is not responsible for any gains, losses, or existential crisis. Do your own research or don't. It's beliefless anyway. All right. So what is the utility here? What are they talking about? Like an arcade or something like that, like a game show, or not a game show, but like a games arcade style thing, I guess.
Yeah, let's see. Let's continue going down. See
why it matters. Fear dominates, narratives die, and authenticity wins. Beliefless isn't about blind hope. It mirrors the mood and laughs at the chaos.
Yeah, we have pure beliefness, no DeFi, no NFTs, no staking, just pure, unadulterated belieflessness. Guarantees nothing. Why hope for gains when you can be certain of absolutely nothing? Yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen this narrative before. Like, there's some other tokens that I've seen that takes this whole approach. We promise nothing and deliver exactly that. Finally, truth in crypto. Which, hey, isn't that the truth? Promise nothing and you get it. Because again, everyone promises the world in crypto, and rarely does it actually come true. Let's see, Beliefless is a meme token on Solana born out of pure market emotion, fear, fatigue, and realism. When the market's greedy, everyone believes, but when fear hits, reality sets in, and that's where Beliefless lives. Oh, okay. This makes sense. I was even gonna say this reminds me a lot of that token from years ago called Useless. So that tracks. Whenever I said I've seen this narrative before, that's exactly who I was thinking of. So created by Useless Dev, Beliefless flips the script on blind optimism. It's not about believing, it's about surviving the cycle, laughing at the chaos, and embracing the disbelief that defines crypto. But yeah, Useless was a fun crypto launch years ago. I'm assuming it's still up and running.
This on Solana, yes, or what's it on BNB?
No, it wasn't. It was before the Solana craze. It was probably BNB if I had to guess.
This token right now, though, Beliefless.
This token. Right? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was curious about that too.
Yeah, it was. Looks like it was launched on Les Bonk. So
that's Bonk. Gotcha.
Let's see. Tokenomics. Of course, it was launched on a token launch, so to 1 billion, 0. You know, of course, all the safety precautions that are going to come with Les Bonk. Yeah, let's check out their. Well, let's make sure I'm not missing anything. Check out their Twitter account. So 154 followers. So they're small but growing. Again, I like those organic numbers. I don't like necessarily seeing, especially on a small token, you know, something like a Biocrypt. Yeah, I mean, I believe that they have tens of thousands of followers whenever you get shouted out from Microsoft. But like the smaller coins, that's a huge community.
Yeah, and we know what the marketing for something like Biocrypt is, and when you do that, when you do those magazines and those articles and this and that comes with it. You know what I mean? It's kind of it's a growth operation, you know, when you do that with those marketing agencies, and I'm sure they've been doing that to some degree as well. So like that's part and parcel of that DeFi marketing, per se.
100%. Yeah, big X community. It looks like they're hanging out on X. It might even be bigger than their Telegram community. Actually, didn't give them a follow. Let's give them a follow.
It's bigger than their follower amount.
Yeah, exactly.
There's more people in the community than they have following the actual account. But this could be a community that's, you know, been hanging around maybe. I don't know.
650 views. Let's see. Yeah, cool.
All right. Let's see what they got going on right now. As promised, are they doing some giveaway, Christmas giveaway? I saw Santa Claus there.
Where are we looking at? Right here?
So, yeah, I'm not sure where I saw him. No,
you might have saw him in this. He might have been in this video, maybe.
Oh no, don't think so. Maybe he was in the community one. Maybe it was a
community. Might have been in the community. Let's see.
I wasn't sure.
Oh,
Maybe they
there
had some
he is.
Christmas. There he is. Competition announcement. There we go. Let's announce this competition for him. As promised, we're kicking off the first of our weekly competitions leading up to Christmas. Oh, okay, weekly. Very nice. This week's prize for the #1 grinder on the Raider leaderboard inside the Telegram. How many is that? 5 million?
That's a million. Yep, 5 million.
5 million Beliefless tokens. That's all right. 5 milli. All right, get in there, start raiding everybody. And tell them get our bot in. No, I'm kidding. They already have it in. They're at #1, which is what you need. You need the bot in. You need to be at #1. So get it in. Get it into your Telegram. Let's keep growing this bad boy. But yeah, I like it. I like the memes. I like the narrative behind it. I mean, the guy, he's obviously done this before. He's been in crypto for a minute. Same when the guy that did the useless coin way back in the day.
Yeah, useless was pretty big. I mean, I don't remember the market cap it hit, but it ran.
You heard about it. You remember. I mean, it was big enough that you remember. That's what that's what the crypto scene's all about, right? The hype. So that's a good sign. Hey, Mr. Useless Coin, whatever your name is, I'm not sure, but I would love to find out. We'd love to have you on to tell us all about Beliefless. Would be really, really awesome. And we could do, seeing you guys are sitting #1, we could do a nice deep dive on it, get some insights, tell us all about the future plans, the run up for Christmas, what's going on, what you guys going to do, and give our wonderful audience some more information about how they can get involved. There we go. We got someone else in the audience. I remember Useless and Only Rose follower.
Yep, I definitely remember Useless.
All right. Well, how's our chat looking, Sean?
Yeah, we got, let's see. Oh, they're definitely up 36.77% the last 24 hours. Again, all organic, 3.8 thousand volume, which is fine. Again, that's what organic looks like in this market if you're not, a top 100 crypto or top 500, whatever you want to say. Yeah, overall looking good. How long is it? When did they I know they launched a while ago, the 25th of November, I guess. Because this isn't the first time I've seen them. They've actually been on the bot before. So yeah, it looks like they launched.
Yeah, I've seen them.
They've been on about a week.
Yeah, looking really good.
Yeah, good to see that little uptick a weekend. We all know how this market goes. Not many things survive past 24 hours, so awesome.
Excellent. How's the wallets looking? How's that distribution looking?
Let's check out the holders.
112 holders.
Yep, that's the LP. Yeah, total accounts, a little high. They're not holding big dollar values, but it's also not a huge LP. But yeah, percentages are a little high for the top ones.
Yeah, a lot of snipers.
That's cool. I don't think I've seen this yet. You could check out their P&Ls.
Interesting. Well, the chart is looking pretty good. I have to say, it's on the up and up. There's no doubt. There's no denying that. And again, if we could get somebody on from Beliefless to give us a rundown, tell us all about it.
Yeah,
let everybody know. It would be awesome.
Definitely hit us up.
And I'm sure you guys will be on it here again tomorrow. We'll be talking about you again tomorrow. So maybe that might be a little more convenient for you guys.
Yep, the longer you stay on it, the more you keep getting covered. Biocrypt at this point, I know like the back of my hand. I think I know it better than Moon or Dust. So yeah, the longer you keep voting, more you keep pushing, more votes keep coming in, the more we'll talk about you. Yeah, the more exposure you'll get. And looking good, guys. I like the top 5. We had a solid top 5 today. Gremlins, Soul Sex, which I think was in the top 5 earlier. Yeah, you guys get to voting. Get talked about. Of course, we will be back tomorrow with some more Moon and Dust trading. Oh, yeah, before we close it out, remember, guys, we're kind of going to the next evolution of Moon or Dust. Stay tuned for more details. For right now, we're not doing the audience editions. We're switching to the ticket system for that. Now, we've done, 15 to 20 audience edition episodes. We everyone that helped us build it, everyone that was involved, we pretty much got up here to come play on the audience edition. But now, remember, we're transforming this into an actual business / KOL So there's going to be different requirements that we require to be able to get on, because this is growing into more than just like a little fun game. Like, it's getting real viewership and real things like that. So kind of stay tuned for that. We got the ticket system set up. It's going to be a wheel set up. So yeah, it's becoming more of a prize to be able to actually come on Moon or Dust, especially now that, like I said, we're kind of getting out of that beta phase.
Yeah, I think that's it's the best way for us to go right now. So we're just going to have put the audience edition on hiatus, and as Sean said, it will be the ticket system, but we want to be able to, when the time is right, because obviously we need to develop that out. We want to add the tickets into the bot itself, into the trending bot, so people can purchase them there if they want, and we want to also be able to add it onto the website here. Currently now it's just available on Lunar Pump, and we want to get Lunar Pump up to where that needs to be as well before we start a big push on that. So we're just going to give the audience edition a little hiatus for now and pick it back up after Christmas. But obviously the main focus right now, of course, is more and more development, and getting us, obviously we're moving as far as audience and traction and everything goes. We're kind of moving into the next phase. So we want to be able to hit that next phase with an absolute bang. And what we want to do in order to be able to do that is to get this whole NFT situation dialed in. And this is going to really catapult us onto the next level here. And it's going to cover some great milestones for not just the development of the project itself, but for the token also. And again, we have just updated all the milestones as well. So that is super bullish. You can go to mint.moon-or-dust again to mint one of these, or 5 of them or 10 of them or whatever. We're up at 22 minted right now, and today is the first day. We only soft launched it on Friday, but it really starts now, and it's going to only run up until the 20th of this month. So it'll just be for the Christmas season. There's only going to be 250 ever for the Moon or Dust game show, and you can generate real revenue from holding these bad boys. So you can go, and it's really good to hold on a personal level, or you can also get it for a treasury for a project or whatever you like. So again, just to reiterate what the milestones are going to be, we obviously do the 5 Solana live buy and burn of the mod token itself, and the current 5% revenue share increases to 10% revenue share. And of course the buy and burn will be streamed live on our trending show. Then if we hit the 200 sold milestone, we do the Moon or Dust Christmas special, and that will be hosted by, of course, our host with the most here, Shawnee. And he will be offering up, the whales will be offering up a $3,000 top wallet potential prize. For that one, you can represent a project, represent yourself, whatever you like. It's Christmas, your choice. Whatever does not get won, the remainder that does not get won that day will also go to a buy and burn of the Moon or Dust token. And on top of that, we hit the 200 sold out. The rev share increases to 15%. And we also begin the trending bot, as you see, version 2 development. We're expediting that. And of course, what we want to expedite with that is obviously make it a lot more sleeker, but then have the ability to, send messages directly to specific groups that are on the bot to let them know they're being talked about, and other little things like that we want to add in to make those features a little better and get everything a little more streamlined. So that development would begin. And then the Christmas special, of course, one holder is chosen via the wheel. So every NFT you buy, that is you with a slot on the wheel. You buy 5, you got 5 slots. Buy 10, you got 10 slots. And of course, that increases your rev share as well, the more you hold. So they're your options. And, when it will be a full, 26 wallet game, $3,000 top prize. And we will spin that wheel on probably the 20th. If we hit that milestone, when we hit that milestone, we'll spin it on Friday the 20th. I think that is a Friday, and we will have the live game show on Christmas Eve. So we will, whoever it gets chosen for that, we will need you to come in here, come on camera, represent whoever you're representing, and let's make it a banger of a Christmas special. That'd be awesome. And of course, then the final 250 sold, a full sellout. We're going to have the $5,000 coin market cap listing. The rev share is going to increase to 20%, and the Moon or Dust game show itself, the development of that will get a big upgrade as well. Again, that is still only in its early stages. So that is the roadmap here moving forward, everybody, and that is what we are hoping to achieve this Christmas. So it's a cool little gift to get for any of your crypto buddies out there. A little piece of Web3 crypto history we're trying to build out here and build Moon or Dust Media, and there's a lot more in the works. Again, there's other alpha that we're going to be adding to any holders of these NFTs too as we move forward. And of course, if you want to join the journey via the token itself, you can get in there. You're getting a really good bargain right now, that's for sure. And that's been live for a while. Full CT or full community driven token. And again, we're going to be doing everything we can. We'll always have a treasury within Moon or Dust itself. The entity that will be building out a treasury using this token. And like I said, we're going to be doing buy and burns. We're going to be doing, actually multiple buy and burns, should I say. And like I said, building out the treasury and driving it on with the community. This is the only token that we'll ever have for anything Moon or Dust Media related. And also, you can buy an all gift, an NFT for anybody, or pool together and put it in a project treasury, whatever you guys think, or buy one for yourself, buy one for the fam. Whatever you would like. So head on over to moon-or-dust.fun. All the details are over there. Anything you want to get to is all up here. You can mint. You can check out the trending bot, install that. And then you can also look at any potential ways that if you are a project you want to advertise with us, you can do that. Ways to submit to become a contestant on the live show if your project wants. And details on how it all works, how the game show works, how the mod NFTs work as well. So head on over there, guys, and check it out. I think that's kind of everything we got for today, Sean. It's all I got anyway.
Yep. Pretty much covered on everything. Hit on everything Moon or Dust. Hit on all of our trending projects. Of course, we're going to be back tomorrow. Talk some market news. Obviously, it's holidays. Market's a little bit down. Viewership isn't quite as high as it typically was. I was kind of expecting it to roll into this week a little bit lower. But yeah, anything else, Mr. Pixel, you got for us? We're going to go ahead and close it out.
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. I'm good. I hope everyone has a great rest of their evening, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow.
All right, guys. Yeah, we will be back tomorrow, same time, 3 p.m. Eastern, for some Moon or Dust trending. And then Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be back with not only Moon or Dust trending, but Moon or Dust Prime Time, and then also Moon or Dust Microcap.
Oh, edition. Quickly, yes. I believe I wanted to say this before we did. We got Myco, I think, for the Microcap this week, and we're waiting for final confirmation. We were given it on Friday from the peeps at TASHub. I think they weren't voted too high this week, but they're usually in the audience as well. So I'm sure they're super busy. I know they're looking at launch or the next version of that platform over there. So again, shout out to you guys. They're awesome. TASHub.com, I believe, is the website. You can go and check those guys out. But yeah, we're looking at those guys being the Wednesday primetime edition. I believe it might be Jenna is to come on here. But yeah, we're waiting for final confirmation on that. But Myco guys are locked in. So that's going to be exciting. Looking forward to it.
All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and shut it down. Of course, I am DeFi Sean. That is Mr. Pixel. This is Moon or Dust Trending. And until next time, trade safe.
Play Moon or Dust live and win big. For your community or for yourself. Just don't dust. Tuesday, Audience Edition. Wednesday, Primetime. Thursday, Microcap. Think you can take on the whales and walk away with a fat bag? Be our guest for free. Moon or Dust, the most bullish game show in crypto. Visit moon-or-dust.fun for details.